Hi guys, still on this Nnamdi Kanu's continued incarceration by the Nigerian government. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Michael Akpara, he don't burst the bubble. He said the Nigerian government is afraid of Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra agitators. So instead of them to face the real thing, then they waka around the circle. But this will not end the agitation. See, because the agitation for Biafra is even beyond Nnamdi Kanu right now. If Nnamdi Kanu decides he's going to stop the agitation for Biafra, he said, thousands of Indigbo will still raise the flag. He also mentioned Simon Ekpa, Nigerian government going after Simon Ekpa and not addressing the issue of agitations. He said Nigerian government knows that these people, they are right in what they are doing, you understand? But they are just afraid to face the reality. I will show you everything for this video. Well, make I not just talk too much. You go use your eye, see them, and your ear. I'll be right back.
A lot of people were agitating. So now that you have arrested, you come down who was wicked that time. Nnamdi Kanu came up. Now that you have arrested Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa is there. I think this data from Ned Nwoko was telling you that even if you arrest Simon Ekpa today, another Simon Ekpa will come out. So the issue there is that address all those issues. The reason that can negotiate with him and allow him to continue with his agitation. If he meets the criteria of being having his own Biafra, so be it. Don't tell us that this country is not negotiable. The unity of this country is not negotiable. It's negotiable for Christ's sake. Because if things are not working the way it's supposed to be, I told you the other day I came here. I said that somebody from China has a say in this country and somebody from Southeast. Let's use what is going on now. The president is from where? Vice is from where? Speaker is from where? Senate president is from where? CJN is from where? Court of Appeal president is from where? National Industrial Court president is from where? Chief Judge of Federal High Court is from where? You are telling me that yes, now that you have removed Kennedy Hanele and you are now brought in Janko Juku, that the people of Southeast will jubilate. Are you talking to idiots? Look at the people that you are talking about. Check, let me start with the source. In football, the people that have made Nigeria proud are the people of Southeast. In commerce, in aviation industry, name it. In academics, they are from people of Southeast. But when it comes to power, they are not qualified. I will tell you, Mr. President, from the first day you are inaugurated till as I'm talking to you, all your policies, administration is totally against the people that we are governed. Now,
dropping Biafra agitation is like a crime in the face of injustice in Nigeria, especially the injustice that is being carried out right from the APC regime of Muhammadu Buhari up to now that the Tinubu administration is sustaining. In this video, Michael Akpara has come to face the reality by speaking the truth in the face of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The truth is this: if only dropping Biafra agitation will make them to release Nnamdi Kanu, that is to say that Nnamdi Kanu will be dead perpetually, because the man has refused negotiations upon negotiations. I could remember the likes of Asari Dokubo, to mention but few, who have been agitating for the sovereign state of Biafra. The reason why they gave him was the same negotiation. You know, the strategy is simple. Hold him long, break him down, and he will succumb to your own side of the negotiation. But what they are saying is the opposite, and the reverse is the case. Listen to Michael Akpara, one of the lawyers to Nnamdi Kanu, how he explained the state of the crisis or the case between Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government of Nigeria.
I was somebody said that now that you have appointed the wife of Ikemba Ojukwu, that is a strategic to get the people of Southeast. I don't know who is advising you. If you cannot take advice of somebody like Obiozo, late, the former president of Ohaneze, you cannot take the advice of Ezife, late. You cannot take advice of someone like Iwayan. You cannot take advice of someone like Obonyon. I can mention Mbazulika Mechi. Those that have seen it all.
What's the advice that they give?
That you should release Nnamdi Kanu. Give them that sense of belonging, so that there will be peace. Now, Nkole, this is an assignment to you. Check all the whole countries that is predicated their governance on injustice and unfair treatment against some sections of that country. That country will never have peace. I can go on and on. Why America is succeeding today is because America believes in if you're qualified, you're qualified. As they are treating somebody from American India, they are treating African American like that. That's why somebody from Kenya will go to America and become the president, and you see them progressing. So,
Okay, Mark,
somebody agitated of marginalization.
Yeah.
After 50 years, you are still doing the same thing, and you feel that you have peace. It's more spiritual than physical.
Okay, let's go back to the cabinet, Max. Now, I've heard different schools of thought. They're saying that the things are changing, and this whole idea of having, several slots per state isn't really that fashionable anymore. That really what people want are performers. I mean, if you get 30 Jebu people, if they're the best you have, put them there and let them do the job. So, but this ethnicity diversity continues to play a part, and that's the reason why many people seem to see the appointment of Bianca Ojukwu as a masterstroke.
You see, why if you go to Dubai now, nobody talk about the president. Nobody cares. If you go to UK, nobody talk about who is the president. Nobody cares, because the system is functional. Why people are talking about this issue of it is my turn, it is not my turn, equitable treatment, because some persons felt that this is their father's inheritance. Leadership in this country is their father's inheritance. So that's why you will now see somebody like Buhari, who's supposed to be in jail now, will rule this country for good 8 years. And he will come out to tell you that I will never look for those who gave me 95%. I'll be talking about those who give me 5%. And he rubbished this country with incompetent set of people. Now, Mr. President came up again. Go to CBN. Go to NNPC. Go to all those key sectors of the economy. Look at those of the people that are working there. Now, the people that you have been marginalized, that you fail to carry along, and people have been asking you, allow these people. They have helped this country.
Max, there's a picture up there. What do we?
Yes, that is the day Iwanyanwu visited Nnamdi Kanu. You can see us there. And Iwanyanwu, this is in his parlor. Iwanyanwu was crying after visiting Nnamdi Kanu. Thereafter, I think
crying about what?
About the way Nnamdi Kanu is being treated. And Iwanyanwu pleaded in that press interview that the president should release Nnamdi Kanu. That is the only area you have peace. I'm talking about the one that have seen it all. Then, after how many months, what happened? Few weeks after Iwanyanwu died, you are still holding Nnamdi Kanu. And you now turn around, somebody now tell you that go and appoint Bianca as a minister. That Bianca, if you appoint Bianca as a minister, there will be peace in her. So Bianca, after you are swearing in, you go to Southeast and address them. That now that I have been given a minister, everybody should calm down.
No, apart from really, weighing into the Nnamdi Kanu case you talked about, but the appointment of Bianca Ojukwu, who was a former Biafran warlord, really, so don't you think that in itself is the president trying to also carry the Southeasterners along?
So Kennedy Ohanele is not from Southeast. You remove somebody from Anambra and put another person from Anambra. That with I think Minister for State for Foreign Affairs of World, they are giving. So that's the only thing that will calm the people of Southeast down. One is to release Nnamdi Kanu, restructure this country, carry the people of Southeast along. Release Nnamdi Kanu, negotiate with him, and allow him to continue with his agitation. If he meets the criteria of being having his own Biafra, so be it. Don't tell us that this country is not negotiable. The unity of this country is not negotiable. It's negotiable, for Christ's sake. Because if things are not working the way it's supposed to be, I told you the other day I came here, I said that somebody from China has a say in this country and somebody from Southeast. Had it been that flag, Chinese flag and the Russian flag that we are carrying in Kanu, had it been that flag we are carrying in either Enugu or Anambra or Imo, by now that Southeast would have been turned into ashes. So Ndiboho went to London last week to present a paper. I need Orubudu Republic. Had it been that somebody from Southeast went to that London to present that paper, by now they would have been picked up. So we are not nobody from Southeast, we are being treated as a slave in this country. And that is the essence of this agitation. He's not qualified to be the president. He's not qualified to hold any key position. He suffered on his own, established himself. He will acquire land from their state. Go and see what is happening in Lagos. This is collecting lands belonging to the people of Southeast. People with CFO. You go to court, which court? It's not their own court. So what we are saying is that this particular issue can be addressed when the president calm down. The reason Nnamdi Kanu, have a discussion with him. You have been having a discussion with bandits and the so-called repentant Boko Haram. Tell me the offense of Nnamdi Kanu, because he's agitating for self-determination, which is his own constitutional fundamental rights granted to him by the constitution and the law.
Well, the government's angle is not because of the agitation, because they know that everyone has a right to agitate, but they said the way he was going about it,
like
and then people were being incited. Well, that's even not what I'm
what
trying
of the
to
one
say.
What of the one the wife of the president incited people during the election? The wife of the president, he incited people that Igbo should go. What of the one Oba of Lagos said that Igbo should go and fall into lagoon? What of those that came out and said that Igbos will not vote? If you are not voting for APC, you will not vote. What happened to them? Has anybody been arrested? That Nnamdi Kanu said something, then you now term that thing he said as is a terrorist, is a crime of terrorism. You charge him for terrorism. His own lawful organization that is registered in almost all the whole countries in America and Europe and Asia, and you now came to Nigeria, you term it a terrorist organization. Now you are now saying that now that IPOB is being recognized in almost all the whole countries in America and Europe. So you are now saying that America, France, Germany, they are recognizing a terrorist organization because you don't want anybody to agitate. You want to suppress anybody. If you talk, kill him, suppress him, jail him. In a country that is predicated on constitutional governance, it cannot work like that.
Okay, let's get back to the ministerial nomination of Bianca Ojukwu, because you said he took away one from Anambra and brought in another. But remember that the president took away the minister based on the KPI results that came out, which he was not even the one, that did the evaluation. It was the result given to him with which he did that, meaning that if actually the minister had performed, above board in the KPI, he wouldn't have had any reason to remove her rather.
Now, still on that ministerial list, we have 48 of them, am I right? And we have 36 states in this country, including FCT 37. So apart from Southeast, that have only 5, every other region have more than 6, apart from Southeast. Now, take since 1999, we have been having series of presidents. Let's use what is going on now. The president is from where? Vice is from where? Speaker is from where? Senate president is from where? CJN is from where? Court of Appeal president is from where? National Industrial Court president is from where? Chief Judge of Federal High Court is from where? And you are saying that the people of Southeast belongs to this country.
The chief of
are you sure you're not? I mean, it's just like what I said too. I mean, isn't it time we started to be less sentimental about this diversity?
We have to apply it now. We are saying that the only people that are qualified to hold all this position, nobody from South is qualified. On what basis?
Are you saying that there's
the chief of naval staff is from the Southeast?
Huh?
The chief of naval staff?
From where? I'm talking about the key position. Number 1 person, number 2 person, number 3 person, number 4 person, number 5 person. The key position, we have 3 arms of government: the executive, the judiciary, and the parliament. You can never see anybody from Southeast there. Now, the point we are talking about is that when I'm not even talking about, I'm in court about lopsided appointments.
Okay.
I can avail that my process because I did an intensive research in that process. File it, asking court to view whether this particular appointment, whether this particular governance is in line with Federal Character Establishment Act, an act of National Assembly that said that you should carry everybody along. Section 14 of the Constitution also said that you should carry everybody along. And we are not doing all these things. You are telling me that, yes, now that you have removed Kennedy Ohanele and you are now brought in Bianca Ojukwu, that the people of Southeast will jubilate. Are you talking to idiots? Look at the people that you are talking about. Let me start with the source. In football, the people that have made Nigeria proud are the people of Southeast. In commerce, in aviation industry, name it. In academics, they are from people of Southeast. But when it comes to power, they are not qualified. And we want them to be happy. Let me tell you, like today that is Monday, go to Southeast. And my annoyance is that these things are avoidable for Christ's sake. They won at Tannhauser. They listen and the Kanu. Let us start addressing this issue. This early morning, somebody sent me a clip, something they posted, that they said from, I think they said next week, the next 2 weeks, that there will be nothing like federal courts in the whole of Southeast. What do I mean by federal courts? Federal courts, National Industrial Court is a federal court. Federal High Court is a federal court. Court of Appeal is a federal court. Now, the judges that are there, most of them are not Igbos. Majority of them are not Igbos. How should you risk somebody to go and preside in the Court of Appeal or the Judicial Division, Oka Judicial Division, Enugu Judicial Division? How can you appoint somebody to go and preside in federal high court in the southeast, national industrial court in the southeast? And we are not even thinking about all this. And the judges are not even thinking about, no. So the point we are talking about is that when there is a problem, look for a solution. Personally, somebody like us, we are not even, I'm defending Nnamdi Kanu, one of his lawyers. So when they say so you people are not doing what you're supposed to do, the person that is calling you, don't even know him. He's using a hidden number to call you. You don't even know what you're talking about court. The only thing that you went to court and you were unable to bring Nnamdi Kanu out. They're not even safe.
Okay, Maxwell, let me ask you this, because from what you're saying, I've also heard IPOB many times deny, allegations of being involved in some of the killings that happen in the southeast and some of the, the ills that we see in the society. Even the sit-at-home in question, IPOB has also claimed that he has not asked anybody to sit at home. I don't know, get my point. So the point I'm making is that from what you're saying, it would look as if what you're actually trying to say is that it's because Nnamdi is being held,
yes,
that is why, the ills in the society in the southeast has escalated. Does it have anything to do with him, if that is what you're saying?
Do you know why? Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB is his initiative. He established it, he organized it. Now, when you now kidnapped him or adopted him, and unlawfully, because the Supreme Court have said that he was unlawfully brought into this country, and you kept him incommunicado, everybody on his own. This one we kill, you said at IPOB. This one we maim, you said at IPOB. Everybody on his own. That's why I ask you the question, who is IPOB? The IPOB is Nnamdi Kanu. So Nnamdi Kanu, if Nnamdi Kanu is out, he will know who is who. Simon Ekpa will talk his own, Emma Powerful will talk his own, this one will talk his own, this one. Who is IPOB? That you are even talking. Simon Ekpa is in Finland. Emma Powerful, I don't know where he's operating from. Another person is operating from somewhere. Issuing threats. Just like the one somebody told me. I don't even know where that one is coming from. So the easiest way to do is the one that you know. Nnamdi Kanu. Then tell Attorney General, as he discontinue the charges against the president of Mieti Ala Kato, discontinue that of Showore, they are all terrorism. Tell them to discontinue that of Nnamdi Kanu and allow Nnamdi Kanu to agitate. It is his right. I told you that the other day.
You see, that's where the problem is, really. The guarantee, that there will not be problems, even if Nnamdi Kanu is. Because you're saying allow him to agitate and he goes about it the way he used to, like, the government have actually feared. That may also create more problems, don't you think?
Let me tell you, there are some things that you asked me the other day whether they are talking about condition given Nnamdi Kanu. I told you one question. I say, if you give Nnamdi Kanu condition that he feel after meeting up that condition, he will still live like a human being, so be it. But when you give him condition and you are removing that made him a human being, he will tell you no. What is that made you a human being? That thing that makes you a human being is your ability to exercise your fundamental rights. And when somebody said, now I'm going to employ you here, I will be paying you $500,000 every month, but you will not talk, you will not move out, you say, do away with your job. When somebody said, I'm going to release you, but I'll cut one of your hands, say no. The agitation for self-determination is a fundamental right. And if you people fail to understand it, I can agitate that I need the Republic of Maxwell. Yeah. It is my right. Anybody can agitate. I don't even need crowd to follow me. It is when you now feel that you have gotten the necessary meet the necessary qualities, then so be it. It is now left for the president, who believe in democracy, who believe in government of the people by the people, to apply an initiative. What is the initiative? Release the person, start addressing all those issues that gave rise to this agitation. It has been there. Wazirika was agitating during Obasanjo. A lot of people were agitating. So now that you have arrested, you come down Wazirika that time, Nnamdi Kanu came up. Now that you have arrested Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa is there. I think this data from Ned Nwoko was telling you that even if you arrest Simon Ekpa today, another Simon Ekpa will come out. So the issue there is that address all those issues.
Right. So for you, it's not about ministerial appointment.
No. That one. Okay, that is the complete distraction. That one should even come in. Okay. After turning in now, let Bianca come and address the Igbos in Enugu.
All right.
Biafra.